Okay, no one's ding-donging me yet. Okay.
What's that mean?
Waiting room. I hear a little bell.
Oh. Ding-donging. I was like, no one better ding-donging you.
Oh, it doesn't sound right. Sorry. Okay. I'm a little out of it. I don't even know why I'm saying that. Like, I mean it more like ding dong, the witch is dead.
Yeah. Oh. What?
Regina. Oh, Gina's okay. Admit.
Hi, Gina.
Hey, Gina.
Hi, Gina.
Hi.
Hey guys.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good.
All right.
Yeah.
I love you shouting in the background. It's great.
Yeah, I'm too like I like had to do a medical thing today, so I'm like sitting on the couch. Just like sitting on the couch listening, just
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's too tired to like do her like, you know, get her own computer too.
I'm like asleep.
Yeah, I'm eating an orange.
Nice.
Oh, I hope that isn't too tacky.
That's okay. I expect you to be chugging on vodka.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have any. I didn't buy any booze this week. I've been laying a little bit low.
That's good.
Sometimes you gotta take a break, or just you're tired of it. Your body's like, I don't even want it right now.
Yeah, I mean, I spent last weekend, like the whole weekend, hungover, I think.
Oh,
so
well, that'll do it.
It's like, yeah, I needed a break.
Yeah.
So I want to stay like feeling good, because it's like I started feeling like I was getting a cold or something, and I thought I've got to like nip it in the bud.
Yeah, the weather.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
It's gotten so cold. I was out today and it's like I really have to put on my winter coat now.
While we were at the doctor's in Astoria, it was like freezing. It was like suddenly,
yeah.
I was walking around Astoria and I was like, it's like winter.
Was there some strange storm last night that was like super intense?
Yeah. I didn't even know.
You hear that?
No.
Yeah. Holy shit. There was some crazy wind going on. And I was like, thank God I'm not outside. It was terrible. So, but anyway.
Yay.
Yeah, it's just kind of really, it's the feeling is setting in that this is going to be the dark winter.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, as Joe would tell us.
Winter is coming.
It's cold. Yeah, it's cold, and it's like all that, you know, hanging out outside, you know, can't happen. And I don't know, the outdoor dining stuff, we'll see.
Yeah.
I don't know how well that's going to go.
I don't think it's going to go at all.
I mean, seriously, a lot of those places, they look, to me, it's almost like you're creating the indoors.
Exactly right.
You know?
Yep.
And that's not healthy, so.
Nope.
Anyway.
Yeah.
How are you guys otherwise?
Yeah, all right.
Okay.
I'm okay.
Good.
Hey, Mia.
Hi, Micah.
Hey,
Hi,
how you doing?
Gina.
Hi.
I actually I have the flu, so I'm kind of just going to listen tonight. If that's okay.
You're just gonna listen? Okay, it's fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm only listening.
I'm just, you know, okay, 2 people in the waiting room. Okay, there we go. Okay, it does something different every time. All right. Admit.
I like the blue wall of your apartment or your house.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Very beautiful.
Thank you.
Thanks. Me and my friend did this like, I don't know how many years ago now.
Like 5?
Wow.
5 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh wow, you painted.
Yeah, me and Dave.
Wow, you guys did a good job.
They did, right?
Right. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Even though the super came in and criticized us and thought we were a couple, but
That's funny.
Great.
Because he's just one of those he's one of those supers, like, you know, Everyone, not him. Everyone, you see two guys together, that's what immediately. I am Brian. Yeah. This color blue, it is foofy.
Oh, what's that?
What's
There's a little picture in the center.
Yeah, there was somebody standing in a like a square or something.
Oh, the New Orleans.
Oh, that's
photo in the back?
no. There's oh, you mean this Ian?
Yeah. Oh, was he in?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
yes,
don't know.
that's me.
There's just a picture of her. She's not
I'm not on the video, that's why.
Okay. Okay. Let me admit. Halia, Patricia, Wanda, Kathy.
That's the picture I took in Stanford Shopping Mall Center.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Am I putting you down
I
to
live
read
in
it?
California.
Oh.
Hello.
Hey, Wanda.
Hi, Wanda.
Hi.
Hey.
So nice to see you.
Oh, good to see you too. Hey.
Noah.
Is Noah here?
Yep. Noah just popped up. I'm assuming he's reading, but he has to tell me. But sometimes I just put people down.
Noah.
I just put people down anyway. And then they can say no.
Trisha, oh my God, that's good. It's going to be really good tonight.
Well, no, you know. Hey, Noah.
Hi, Noah.
How are y'all?
Hi, Noah.
Hello.
Hey.
How is it? Hello to everyone.
Hello. Hey, Alana.
Hi.
Hey.
Hey, Elena. Hi, Kathy.
I Wanda.
Hi, John.
Hi, Wanda.
Oh, I didn't know who said hello.
We live on Zoom now, right? All right. Sarah Sarai. Okay, here we go. Sarah. I didn't know she was coming.
Is Zara Litsky here?
Who?
Did you say Zara?
No, Sarah
Sarah.
Sarai.
Oh, gotcha.
Right. There's someone named Kathy Zadorowski, Zadoretsky. All right. We'll get going in a couple of minutes. Let a few more people trickle in.
Do you have a prompt that you give still?
Yeah.
I really look like a drop, and I
I
really
start reading them and then open mic. Yeah. Okay, Hillary. And anyone who wants me to add them to the open mic, just tell me verbally or in chat. Either way.
Can we change our mind, like even after it starts?
Sure. But I might not like be looking at the chat every moment, but if I don't catch it,
Right.
say like
No promises. If you wait that late, no promises.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I notice when sometimes
Yeah.
people send me the message in the chat, and I don't know. I'm not always looking at it while I'm doing the hosting.
Me, I won't let you live it down if you decline. That you're contractually obligated, or you're gonna have to be haunted for the rest of your life.
I'll be sent a sunspot through the ether.
Right.
Micah.
Yeah.
Sarah
Hey.
Sarai.
Hi. How you doing?
I'm okay, but the list too.
You want to be on? Okay.
I want to be on also. Micah.
Hi, Wanda. Looking good.
Hey, Sarah.
Oh,
Tuesday.
Trisha.
Oh, hi, Patty.
Hi, Patricia. Hi,
Looking
Sarah.
good.
Amy.
Hi.
Hey. Mia.
Hi, Amy.
Hi.
Hey.
How are ya?
That's why I feel like being right now, but my pizza's in the oven. I made pizza.
I have a cold. I have the flu, not COVID. I just have the old fashioned flu. Sorry.
Put my phone for a second.
Feel better.
You look so
Finish my
beautiful.
dinner.
Take chicken soup.
Chicken soup, yeah,
Jewish panacea for everything.
that's right. And I used to get chicken soup at Second Avenue Deli. Do you remember them?
Yeah, they're gone. They're uptown, I think.
The Second Avenue Deli is gone.
They went uptown.
I thought it went to 33rd Street or something.
Yeah, they used to be down the East Village.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's where
I
they were
used to
good.
get their matzo ball soup. It was
Oh, matzo ball.
was-
Don't get me started on
it
matzo balls.
it was automatic medicine.
Mm. You know, it's hard to get cocoa in my neighborhood. Everything is with sugar.
Oh yeah, right.
I just want regular dark chocolate. And if I want sugar, I'll add it, but I won't add sugar. That's it. I just want my plant milk. And
Oh,
when
no.
it's cold,
What plant milk do you use?
I love oat milk is great. Oat milk is excellent. And also almond milk.
Oat milk is fantastic. I've been trying to drink goat milk, which is not plant, but it's better than milk.
Yeah,
But
less hormones, I
it's not
guess.
really that great. It's too bitter. It's like better for
I
cooking.
I
bread.
don't like goat cheese. I can never
Oh,
get
you
into
don't?
goat.
Yeah. I'm trying to learn how to live without dairy.
Me too.
Because
Me
of the
too.
sugar, because of the lactose, the sugar in it.
And it's animal fat stays on your body. That's the problem with
Yeah.
dairy.
Yeah. And
Mhm.
hoofed animals, anything are just not really all that great.
Yeah, and most of the animals, we give milk. They're not grass fed. They're not. It's not ethical the way that it's like mass produced milk.
It's right.
Unhappy cows.
It's a cruel habit. We've learned to eat cruelty.
Okay, so why don't we let's get started. I don't see anyone else coming in, but maybe they will. But we'll let them in as we go. Anyway, welcome to another Risk of Discovery reading series. I'm Micah Zevin. Been doing this for a while, formerly at Blue Cups Cafe, hopefully again at some point, and now virtually. And today's feature is Wanda Phipps. So give a big round of applause for big round of applause for Wanda.
Yay!
And I start every one of these with the poetry prompts that I email to whoever I have their email, or I message that, or on Facebook, or whoever requested. And that's the risk and discovery portion of the reading. And some people do, some people are famous for doing them and surprise me. So I'm gonna read like 2 or 3 of them. So the first one I'm gonna do is from the Write a 14-line American Broken Sonnet called The Ominous Signs Are Made of Halos, using the words hornets, flawed, off-grid, linguistic, and gluttonous.
These are great.
Yeah, the ominous signs are made of halos. Away, murder hornets, to congregate with the spirits. I close my window to scare the freezing cold wind into stillness. We are haunted by our pasts, especially those flawed moments we consciously forget so we can move forward like we are told to. But yet, my non-ironic violin keeps playing, and I keep remembering tales of ennui and repetition and stultification on repeat. As your new bunny plays a piano on Reddit, without right away demanding all things crunchy as reward. I have rarely lived off the grid, but dreamed of cabins where moose and bears and cougars and deer raid our trash. But I cannot go outside until they are gone, or I attempt to frighten them by playing Metallica, like that lady in Canada did a year ago to the cougar, until they stop staring creepily and or ravenously, gluttonously. The singer is a soothsayer, saying, offering questions, answers, stories, a linguistic trail that leads you home as the bees swarm and make honey. So there's that one. The next one I'm gonna do is, I think number 2, write a 10-line, 5-word per line poem called The Roars Master the Quiet Spaces Until They See the Faces. Wake up to static newscasts, loudly brewing coffee, honking horns. I only hear voices clearing straws, slurping water like symphonies, punishment, has spiked its football, chased its shadows into alleys until its secrets are revealed. Another consciousness has formed faces. Another body has been erased. A ruthless grip is working. So there's that one. And I'll just do one more, do another short one. Write a 7-line poem with rhyming called Anonymous Rockets on a Creative Path. Anonymous rockets on a creative path. Wax and wane in the profane. Mar the stars as the comets comb their manes. Get baked by brownies. Avoid quakes. The question is to invest and divest, not to be pressed like life-giving juices. While surrounded by both daffodils and spruces. The fire works as the fire works, as it burns us down or helps us exit the atmosphere. Thank you.
Great.
And please welcome our first open micer, John C. Hall. Big round of applause for John C. Hall, everyone.
Can I be John S. Hall today?
Sure, whatever you want.
Okay, that's what I'll be. All right, so I have some poems. I did 3 of the prompts and I just timed myself and it comes to a little over 2 minutes. So I think we're okay. I also wrote a poem about writing these poems that I think I'm not going to read. So I'll just read the ones with the prompts. So I did also prompt 2 and also I did prompts 2, 3, and 4. Prompt 2, a 10-line 5-word poem called The Roars Master the Quiet Spaces Until They See the Spaces. Here it goes. It is easy to master that which can't be seen if you are the blindness. It is easy to master that which can't be heard if you are the roar. The blindness and the roars master the quiet spaces until they see the spaces. Then all bets are off. That's that one. Prompt 3 is a 13-line poem. Line 7 should be the watchdog repeats a call for healing until all saints revoke their titles. Line 13 should be, did the lame duck quacks their final horrifying quacks? I decided that that first quacks should be a quack. And I wrote
whatever you, yeah.
Yeah. And I wrote it and I thought it needed music. So I wrote music to it, ukulele. We won the war, it's time to heal. The media watchdog howls. The saints of political diatribes can't control their scowls, can't contain their scowls. Polite discourse may have been appropriate in other times and places, but how many times can we turn the other cheek while the big floppy boot stone flops down on our faces? We can throw down our weapons when the world falls off its axis. In a billion years, when the billionaires pay their share of taxes, watchdog repeats a call for healing until all saints revoke their titles. And the witch doctors of democracy check the dying nation's vitals. With blinders on, the worshipers keep worshiping their false idols. We'll take them off the shitless when they get off of our backs. We'll stop defending ourselves when they stop their attacks. What the fuck do you want from us? We don't have all the facts. Did the lame ducks quack their final horrifying quacks? Okay, that's that one. And then this is prompt 4, a 7-line poem with Ryan Ming called Anonymous Rockets on a Creative Path. Anonymous rockets on a creative path will burn and crash and cause a great bloodbath. And if there is a God, incur God's wrath. And if there is a hell, then no hell hath the fury of, let's say, Sylvia Plath. 6 lines so far, you're free to do the math. I wonder how I wandered down this path. And that's it for me. Thank you.
Thank you, John. That's all.
It was fun. It was fun.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Is Susan Wyman here? Susan Wyman? Susan? Nope.
No, that was me.
Is
Lamentation.
that your imitation of Susan Wyman?
No, lamentation that she's
Lamentation.
not here.
Okay. All right. So our next reader is Noah Levin. Big round of applause for Noah, everyone.
Yay, Noah.
Thank you all. All right, I'm going to read two pieces. Neither of them use the prompts. I still swear I'm going to do this one of these days.
Okay.
So this first one, this is called Rant. I'm tired of the poets who are pasting their image on an 8x12 glossy as they flick and flash their business card instead of a handshake and proper greeting. I was promised words of thought and inspiration, but all I've heard is everything that drives me to write in anger. Slam hurts my head, and I'm tired of those who have turned the spoken word of intelligence into an art of looking for approval. You want to rate me? You want to judge me? Flash a 10 in my face and let me stand in the middle of my praise. Flash me a smile, but I say, fuck that, because that's not me. I'm not in it for the spotlight. I'm not in it for the applause. I am not a revolutionary. I'm a man speaking my mind amongst a million, hoping that the scattered bring something home and I learn something from you. If that makes me different, then I'll weep for you. Don't you know that the hippie generation failed? I hope you enjoyed the coke and the lewds in your blowout bash, because I'd like to thank you for this world we've inherited. But my generation is blame as well. I've been told we're called Generation X, but I'd call us Generation S. And S is for the sheep I see as we melt our brains on the 5.1 Dolby sounds that create the entertainment centers that I would call our minds. Fuck you. I'll stand on my soapbox until my feet give out before me if that's what I have to do to get your attention. I'll preach to an empty room if I must. Perhaps the mice hiding in the cracks in the dark understand better than we do. I am not a revolutionary. I am not a revolutionary. I am not a revolutionary. I will proclaim myself as nothing. I am me, and I wish you'd be you. Now hear my cry. Wake up! All right, and now the second piece, this is brand new, or almost brand new. So I wrote this on Sunday, November 8th. In case anybody was living under a rock, or perhaps you were temporarily stricken deaf and blind all at the same time. There was stuff in the news just the day before and has been happening since. So this is the
Really?
I know it is shocking. I wonder if everybody was up. This is called The Bride of Democracy.
Wow.
Wired cables snaked across lands through rippled soil, ivy on building walls, cracks in pavement leading up mountain castle into laboratory as man rubs hands with cackled glee. In background lab table, a limb falls lifeless. Meanwhile, through the land, digital eyes grow out of cabled stalks and ground and from thought, processing movement and wants and dreams. Broadcast message to people from high atop mountain. Enemy is just over here. They'll steal your food and women too. Factories sold to enemy land, jobs gone, barren mud, crackled land. What will you do? In his laboratory, the man in the coat stared at camera feed and input while message continues to broadcast from on high. Inanimate body limbs of monster on table. Lightning above. Vacuum tubes pumping collected fears of people into the abomination. Parts of fears become arms and legs with the abnormal, deformed, money-driven brain. Lightning strikes. It's alive. Monster with orange skin becomes aware. He groans. Love me, he says. Abomination awkwardly storms out of castle, promising jobs back from foreign lands and pointing at neighbors as enemies. Dreams perverted into monster. Needs incalculable bled from society. Need for love and money keeps pushing monster composed of snake oil words salves the people's needs. Lynch mob torches banded about looking over border at enemy horde. Neighbor at throat of national jugular. The monster grins and builds a brand with his name. Love me or die. Decay of pride. Land cracks under power cables feeding castle lab. Draining nation. World is aghast. The once proud nation is a horror of itself. Every day a new sighting of monster in orange at podium throne where it has been elevated. But time is short. Power running out of body after 4 years. A transfusion of belief is needed. Anything to survive. Let them die of plague, and I promise we'll rebuild better than ever. Every day the screaming, but the transfusion is held at bay. Neighbor still at neighbor. Cart of electors for the orange monster is overturned. A scream is heard. You're all a fraud. Any belief against me is a fraud. Cables of castle go dead. Laboratory bursts into flame and monster begins to boil and decay. Men and women are aghast as news headlines say, the monster is no more. Quiet breeze through trees, sigh in relief. Stare out window and dance in street. A new day. Happy relief and world rings victory bells. Joyous happiness and mirth tolls the land while out in the field the destruction hasn't changed. Still no jobs and factories are gone and forgotten. In decayed abandoned field, solitary orange fingers slowly move out of cracks in barren land. Screen goes black. The end. Question mark.
No. Please welcome our next reader, Amy Barone. Amy, big round of applause for Amy, everyone.
Okay. These are two new poems. The first one is called Dolce far niente, and in Italian that means it's sweet to do nothing. I miss what once was and a little of what followed. My house, yes, grief returned to Rome. Plague-filled air has cleared. Fear compelled me to do little, and Italian art I'm mastering as I reboot. I breathe out like the trees, join them in search of safety. I shop for food like a star-nosed mole. A magical sky casts spells on the striped horizon, treetops glow. In the beyond, scientists give a nod to black holes. At their core, time and space dissolve. Christmas lights in Bridgeport still twinkle in reveries. We were happy then, despite the ceiling cracks and moldering beams. Most nights, quarantine dreams intoxicate. So many people I hadn't seen in eons. I honed the power to make ghosts appear. Now it's time to own them, own it. Recharge your smartphone. Freedom's on the line.
Wow.
And this is called Swimming on the Moon. A yellow ribbon of angst floats above. During the lockdown, some spent days baking bread while a friend nearly starved to death, driven to the ER by fear and seclusion. A magnet for benign and wicked misfits, I pull a mask over distress, pluck thorns from my sides, and spend fitful nights asleep with people still in my system. Now that water's been spotted there, I think I'll head to the moon for a swim, embrace lunar life off the grid, get revived on a smooth intergalactic ride. As I wave goodbye to bugling elks, dazzles of zebras, and dozing cuttlefish.
Wow, cuttlefish. Thank you, Amy. Please welcome our next reader, open mic regular, Hean Park. A round of applause for Hean, everyone.
Hello, everyone. I hope you're doing all well. I'm going to read just one poem. I wrote this on a Memorial Day. Actually, it's an old poem, but it's based on, this one is based on a little bit of California. So wait, hold on for a second. I'm sorry, I had it and I was actually doing something and I do apologize. I'm strolling. Oh, where is this? It's called Memorial Day. Oh, there you go. Okay. Because there is a unicorn birthday balloon, it still feels like her birthday week hasn't ended yet. It must be the hiking trail in Saratoga in Villa Motavo. She loves Saratoga because it's so close to the mountains and hills. She feels like she's in the forest or in upstate New York. The mountains and hills are magnificently large, such a beauty. She could just stare at all those greens forever, and forever green that washes away her mind, vision, and heart. She saw the 2 eagles on the tree while she went through the tree tunnels, smelling the trees, that green smells she loves, fresh cut. She discovered Rock Millworth and Maryland Senna. We entered the gate of a beautiful garden. Stunning, huge white flower caught her eyes. She saw a sign that says poppy, and she was like, how can a poppy bloom so big like that? She checked on the plant app, and those gorgeous white is called flat-balled peccary poppy, flat like her forehead. There was also flowering dogwood, which smells so delightful that she can still smell it through the mask. There was a water fountain and a pool of pond. This huge red pepper or a chili pepper dragonfly sat on a long grass stem. She went up close to take a picture. It seems to pose for her in curiosity. She touches its wing. It stays still and allows her to pet it. She touches in the front of the wing, and just like the airplane wings, it lowers the back wing, shifted like her finger is a wind. She was surprised because dragonflies on her apartment area, none of them come close to, or even given permission to touch. And mother saw her touching it and asked the child to touch it. The girl refused and said no, probably scared of insects. She isn't afraid of all the insects, maybe a little scared, especially as she moved to San Jose. Some spiders in here are huge. She let some spiders to live so it can eat other insects. She used to catch dragonflies running around the field when she was a young girl in her grandfather's village in South Korea. Downtown Saratoga, most of the stores were closed. Some restaurants are open, galleries, hair salons, and nail salons. Even my favorite Tues, the tea place that sells handmade pottery, is closed. Her favorite bakery was open. She's just soaked up in the memories of that place. When he asked if she wants sweet, she replied no. She said she still has so much cakes left at home. She didn't mention about the restaurant. She wants to go again, but she wants to eat outside under the sun. Thank you.
Thank you, Ian. Welcome our next reader, Sarah Sarai. Big round of applause for Sarah, everyone.
Thanks. Okay, so distracted by Pat. No, nothing. Okay, so hi, Patty. So this was into the prompt, but I didn't know there were prompts, so I just wrote it. So it's short.
Oh, wow.
And then I'll read another poem that's a little less short or a little longer. Okay, I'm sorry. My past doesn't haunt me. I haunt my past. In the middle of the night, it jerks me awake. Shit, what you gonna blame me for now? When it spots my darkened eye, my smile unable to loop up, my smile like a loop for cars never able to drive off into my future, it ducks. Not me, it cries. As if you know anything, I say, as if. And then the second poem, this is a guilt poem. I'm just, hopefully I got rid of some of the guilt today it's mainly about my relatives, nieces and nephews. Can you ever be good enough? Okay. Have some standards. I'm in the running for a milksop's collection of worsts. Aunt, sister, daughter, friend, girlfriend, interplanetary explorer, machinist, rhinoceros, family counselor, swine, schemer, dullard, podiatrist to the stars. But there's good news. Have you heard the good news? I am no serial killer. Many a serial and so on murderer has a niece or nephew, a sister or two from the group home, parents in situ or stand-ins wishing it weren't so. Some knew amorous trysts, more tryst than amor, if definitions of tryst and amor are loose as a garment I could rip off like that on the run from a serial amor. As you see, I'm not that aunt, the serial killer aunt. She would be the worst aunt. And I am not she, but oh, the guilt derived from being the best me I can be.
Okay. Thanks, Sarah. Please welcome our next reader, Patricia Kerrigan. Big round of applause for Patricia, everyone.
Yeah, I had to unmute myself first. Thank you. Two poems. Going to read an old poem, and I'm going to read an erasure version of it. Misty. From a perch above the human drama, Misty, the cream-colored cat, washed her paws clean. She knew her way around her master's apartment. Her kitten days faded like the album cover by the turntable. Ella Fitzgerald sang the cat's namesake song, seduction for her master's friend, still irritable on the chaise lounge. Whenever mad, she'd kick off her pumps. Her right foot would cross her left. After another glass of Chardonnay, she asked about his 1,000 violins and why his hello no longer sounded sweet. He poured himself another glass of wine, lost in words that lost their meaning. She took her hat and gloves, said a swift goodbye. The cat ran to the closed door, encircled her master's legs, his eyes too misty to notice. That was the original. Okay. Here's the erasure version. Human drama knew her way around. Kitten days faded like the cat's namesake. Seduction poured another glass of wine, lost in words that lost their meaning. Said a swift goodbye, eyes too misty to notice. Thank you.
Thank you,
I
Patricia.
had my pizza.
And our next reader, Mia Hansford. And if if someone else wants to read, tell me. Mia. No.
Yay.
Oh,
I
there you
don't know if I would get to read. Oh, I hope I haven't read this one. Just since we will find them. I didn't read that last week, did I?
I don't think so.
Okay. I don't have the prompt, so I'm going to do this one. We will find them. We will find the children taken from their families at the border and dispersed without anyone writing down their names. They're somewhere in our country, growing, maybe not growing. I don't know how, but we will find them. Deal with those holding them by law. Law we have yet to embrace. We're going to find them because we're the ones who lost them. We're going to dive into the sweet air of renewables, drag Clyde's bike that he left here out of storage and ride it into town. My body is unwinding, the back of my arms in the front, as though a river has begun inside them, moving slowly on down to where the mouth empties into a sea of wakefulness, where belief rises. I believe I can deal with what I've created. But how much shame is here? Self-shame, nation shame, all of it trickling out, some each hour so that I wake up in layers, like a breathing freckled rock the sun might expose as it crawls into the sky. Labs where the viruses are grown, and boardrooms where money is contract and changes hands and authority is relative, and courtrooms where a variety of justices play out. These labs, these tall windowed corner offices and boardrooms, these black widow courts, once invisible, now clear as morning, justices, accountants, looming like specially appointed noons. Evolve. I will believe in the earth and in you. You will be real and not an apparition or a word on a screen or a set of data in a folder in front of me. I will not believe in money over you or profit over you. If you tell me you hurt, I will believe and do what the lab rat does. Unlock your cage. As I evolve, I will continue to give all to our moment, however brief or long it is. And what I give will not always be the same, but I will sink my intelligence and my energy into your intelligence and energy. My fingers will do what words cannot. Find the twisted experience, let it curl into my left and my right hand mind. I can pull the swirling out, lift it where the air takes it, dissolves it into currents, elations, equations. When I want to remind someone how they made sure we had problems like no heat and my son contracted pneumonia, I will stop. When grudge shows its muscle and mask, for it is mask, I'll breathe into the mask, force it larger like a funhouse face, force it out like putty, be a sea monkey or an angelfish slipping away as the putty becomes a thin yellow line and then even less. We will find the children, return them to their mothers mute with grief. It's one of the first things. Put them back where they belong. Pay this debt. Mend what can be mended. Love what cannot be unbroken. Ask forgiveness. Put the roses back. Rejoin Paris. Tax the wealthy. Destroy all the housing projects and find a different way. Never again will anyone have to live in an ugly ass rectangle with a one window where mothers fear for their children and no one is allowed to plant flowers in the yard. Big overwrought policemen will become urban farmers. They will want to. Must get the tires filled. But this afternoon, I will simply be in love with my arms in the gold autumn air and all the dancing filling up city streets. Did I say we didn't do that here? Did I say it was quiet? Did I tell you that I kept myself quiet? Nevertheless, I'll walk across the river and fill my body with the light coming off the water. Well, that was long. Thanks.
Thank you, Mia.
Awesome. That was beautiful.
Thank you.
Gorgeous. Okay, so is there anyone else who wants to read before we go into our feature? Anybody? Okay. All right, I'm going to introduce our feature. Wanda Phipps, author of Field of Wanting, Poems of Desire and Wake Up Calls, 66 Morning Poems, which you should buy, has been published over 100 times in English, Ukrainian, Hungarian, Arabic, Galician, and Blangla. Created theatrical productions with Yara Arts Group presented in Ukraine, Kyrgyzstan, Siberia, and New York City. Curating several reading series and writing about the arts for Time Out New York, Paper Magazine, and About.com. Her website is mindhoney.com, and she has a new book of poetry forthcoming from Autonomedia. Give a big Risk of Discovery round of applause for Wanda Phipps, everyone. You can unmute yourselves if you want to.
Yay, Wanda.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Micah. Let's see. I'm going to start. You can hear me okay? Let me know if you can't hear me.
And you have the perfect backdrop. It's like humongous library.
Books. Yeah. Okay, so first I'd like to start by reading a poem by Louis Warsh, and I know a lot of you know him or knew him, and he passed away the other day, and he was a wonderful writer and a dear man and was so incredibly sweet to me. And we were both published in the last issue of Jeff Wright's magazine, Live Mag. And so here's one of the poems that Louis had in that issue. It's called Old Flame. There are movies that come back to haunt you at the end. And you can hear the music building to a crescendo like Hollywood. So you in the audience and you in the starring role are almost the same. Good looking, clean cut, uptight, all of the above and none. I wouldn't recognize you on a bus if you paid me to get on and off. And you wouldn't remember my name. For all the nights in the world, we crawled into bed with the lights on and the radio playing, soft and low. We might as well have been blindsided by a two-ton truck for all it matters. Because there's only the present, like a movie played backwards, with a cast of thousands hanging on for dear life. And I'd like to read 3 brand new poems of my own. And this one was written on or around my birthday this year and also around the election results. It's called Choose and Go. The end of the world played twice last night. And even though it feels like the beginning, and maybe that's the point, the edge, the end of one world as the beginning of another is born, surfacing, crowning. As the water practices waves, I pulled the magician card. So now everything is at my feet. I can choose and go, the universe following along for the ride and pushing me forward with 10,000 birthday songs across the nation. I drink a Polish beer, hoping Peter doesn't need the anti-sad light anymore, hoping I can find the stoop sale blue velvet for Elena, hoping Kathy's cousin pulls through the virus, hoping the Queen's Gambit is not just another ploy, hoping my voice can find the harmony or stay strong with this new melody, dancing at Café du Soleil. And this is called Picture, another new one. My eyes close on my most favorite image after I vowed to let it go, but it stays plugged in, an after image seared to the inside of the lid by the sun, not exactly accurate, but close enough. It all seems close enough to touch the ginger beard, the coral bead, the loose notes floating in air, the hand and the soul attached, could be egg-shaped, could be rectangular, or a spiral forever curling inward or outward. Time to change trains, get on the right track, back to the familiar, back to the geometric outline, the grid pressed onto the lid, embedded in the soul's eye. And this is called Aspiration. My friend from Detroit told me I was acting like a bitch. In all my life, I've longed to be a bitch, not such a people pleaser. So maybe I've evolved, a fall from grace as transformation, not damnation. We were on a canoe trip and I was drowning. No, not drowning, but being enveloped by water and spit out someplace completely different, falling through a door into a room I didn't recognize. It didn't smell right, and all the colors were wrong. So those are the 3 new ones, and now I'll read some older ones, and I thought I'd try like a little experiment, a small experiment. Since today is the 17th of November, I decided to read poems from page 17 of each of my books or the 17th poem in a poem series. So here goes. And this is from the series, Your Last Illusion or Breakup Sonnets. And they were inspired by the sonnets of the late, great Ted Berrigan, whose birthday was just on November 15th. So this is on page 17 of my second full-length book, Field of Wanting, Poems of Desire. Oh yeah, and show and tell, here's the book. And this is 5. Your lies aren't long enough. One fuck as good as another. You silly one, it goes on. And now I sleep in the bathtub. Messy sex, shiny mind. Standard ease is a thing worth considering. And now it hovers. A podium is a bed smiling. Remember you lying on the grass in Riverside Park, and what a planet you are. Seriously, don't leave me again. One messy bed lies quietly above Bistro La Marseillaise, bright green awning and an open window. 6. You say, don't worry as you fidget, eyes glazed, inward focus. Am accustomed now to waking and crying. One messy bed lies, can enjoy this for a while. Meet me on East 7th between C and D. Consider this a formal introduction to standard ease and sleepy podiums. Bright green weather waits deeper into shiny mind and dark blue books. Still, this is a concept worth savoring. What a mess. Seriously, the group drowns the individual. I don't believe in the individual, she said. And this is from the same series, but page 17 from the chapbook. It was originally published in by Situations Press, and that's run by the amazing Joe Elliott. And this is the little chapbook. It's very pretty. I don't know. 17. What an individual concept. Poets waxing suicidal as spring comes in a blue storm. Your vast, shiny mind hovers in a taxi cab on Broadway below Canal. She stubbornly insists on remembering friendship, making the connections between thought and muscle, between muscle and mind, between belief and a single bed. We mess around with the beat of resistant chatter, finding a difficult pleasing best. And next, this is from page 17 of my first full-length book, Wake Up Call, 66 Morning Poems by Soft Skull Press. And this is the book. And, oh, and John is here. He's like my poetry press mate. He has Soft Skull books too. This is morning poem number 13. Oh, and this has a beautiful, actually the book has a beautiful cover by Josette Urso. It's like, I really like it. Oh, I can't really hear who's saying that. Oh, well. Morning poem number 13. Saturn eclipsed the moon last night. Heavy thoughts, tears, hormone crash again. Editor's wake-up call, wanting more info in 10 minutes. Try to get it. End up getting friend angry, cursing. Call another for possible solace in song. Fiddler folk singer, grand heart. Talk of coffee versus tea in his dream. Of finding in the woods a lost town, all alive as they were 300 years ago. A huge barn that goes on forever. And a siphon from the creek funneled to a trough where a gigantic slug lives. Maybe the water, he thinks, something in the water has kept the town alive for all these years. I ask if he has lead belly tapes, afraid to ask to jam with him, hang up the phone and cry, water on my cheeks, maybe something in it. And this is from my chapbook, Rose Window of Prosettes, and that was published by Doozy Press, which Susanna Gardner does. And it's actually really pretty. It's like a handmade, beautiful sort of handmade artist book. It's pretty. And just, I'll read just one little piece from that, from page 17 of that. We were lying in bed, pulling the dark brown comforter around us. There was a knocking sound, but no one was at the door. We tried to sleep and speak quietly of those things you only speak of in bed, but the knocking, banging sound kept distracting us, as if someone were trying to desperately get in or out. I don't know why all of these page 17 poems end up being relationship poems. I don't know why. But this one is, will be page 17 for my new Autonomedia book entitled Mind Honey. It's called Bus and Subway Poem number 2. Today is the second day of summer and I wear a black suit with sniffles. Remember your blue eyes, sleepy, half-lidded stare. Try to erase the taste of vodka in my mouth, the smell of smoke from the club last night, and the sound of ukuleles before the DJ, and the titles of books falling on my brain. Your roommate's huge guitar in a bright red room, that's there too. Here too. I feel a breeze on my face, yes, waiting for the number 23 crosstown bus, late for work again, with my head full, my senses drunk, hard to stay present, hard to stop calling up memories from falling down on me. A couple described their wedding in Africa. I was included in a trio of women discussing our biological clocks, the urge to breed, and the lack of it. All encased in a huge wine vat converted into intimate vessels for cafe tables and chairs, discreet rendezvous. M wanted to know how to spell tryst. The white bride from Africa thanked God for her oh-so-young husband as he banged her purse against the wine vat wall. It had caught fire from the candle placed on each of our tables for atmosphere. And next is the last poem I'm reading is from a series called Silent Pictures Recognize the World, and they're poems I wrote inspired by photographs I'd taken. And this is actually another doozy chapbook, handmade book. And only the chapbook only goes up to number 12 in the series. And after that, I wrote more. And so I decided to read number 17 in the series. Red coiling snake, or winding salamander with blossoms, or the club symbol on a deck of cards, curls on splotches of brown, beige, dingy white walls, terraced rocks, boulders, and a diamond patterned rug, outside corner garden with white wooden door barred out of nowhere, leading nowhere. Unexpectedly, this secret spot pops open on the hilly streets of a Spanish village, the spot where we met that night, where that bit of sky, that bit of night sky fell on us, stars and all, near the church, scent of flowers everywhere, green, except our patch of dirt, sight of kisses. Thank you very much for listening.
Everyone unmute yourself and clap. Actual clap.
Beautiful. Wanda, the little book that you published with Joe Elliott, is it available can it still be purchased?
I'm not sure. There are some at, I think, Small Press Distribution, or you can ask Joe about, I think he still has some. But they're also, the whole series. The whole series is also in the full-length book in Field of Wanting. So, you know,
Okay.
but it is really pretty, the chapbook.
Yes, Joe did nice work. I think I bet it's beautiful.
Mm.
And it's good to hear you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Wanda. Great.
Oh, Maria, hi.
Oh,
sorry. I didn't see you there.
I was hiding because I was eating.
Oh, two Marias. There are two Marias I know there. Yeah.
Right. That's her name. She hides. She calls herself ML Journeys, and whenever she comes in, I'm like, it takes me a second to remember that M and the L is.
Sorry. Yes, that's why I changed it.
It's very poetic.
Yeah, it was wonderful reading. Thank you, Wanda. It was great.
Thank you.
Very inspiring.
Beautiful.
Wonderful.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you to all our open mic readers. Come back, spread the word, get your friends to come. Thanks again to Wanda. Another round of applause for Wanda, everyone.
Hey, Wanda.
Oh.
So beautiful.
Thank
Wanda.
you.
Thank you, Micah.
Thank you.
All the open readers.
Yeah, very
Oh,
nice.
yeah, the open readers. Yay!
Hey.
Beautiful.
That was wonderful. It was so nice to see you read.
Yes.
You know, this up close. It's really a difference.
Oh, it's good to see you. I haven't seen you in a long time. And John.
Oh, Wanda, nice to see you.
And Maria and Kathy.
Thank you.
And Halia.
Yeah.
You're just like my friends up in Maine.
Wow. Well, you like we can see people from all over the place on this. That's the good thing about it. Anyway, our next one is going to be this Tuesday, December 15th, and our feature is the writer Damaris Hill, her author of a Bound Woman is a Dangerous Thing from Bloomsbury Press. Look out for that. and that'll be posted soon as possible. Keep risking, keep discovering, keep imagining.
And you're reading.
Oh, and my
your
reading.
book.
Yeah, my book, Metal Heavy, coming out December 1st, Poets of Queens Press, care of Elena Jennings and Codes of Queens Press, December 14th, KGB, virtual reading, 7 p.m., I believe. That'll be.
Remind us,
Yeah, I will remind you all.
tag me, whatever.
Yes. And it's available for pre-order from Barnes & Noble and several other venues. So yeah, thanks again. Be safe, stay safe, be well, breathe. So we can, we need to all get through all the nonsense.
Yeah.
Some light on the other end soon.
Yes.
Anyway, yeah. So
Thanks, Micah.
Have a good night.
Thanks, Micah.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Micah.
Micah.
Bye.
Night.
Bye, everyone.
Everybody.
Bye, ciao.
Bye, everyone.
Wanda,
Hi, Wanda. Thank you.
Hi.
Beautiful Wanda.
Thanks. Oh. Oh. Wait to see them go. Oh, hi, Maria.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Very good.
Yay.
Very good.
Good, right?
Yeah, very good.
I was trying to be positive, even though my sphincter is reversing itself.
My head's killing me. The soup was good, but not enough. I'm fucking starving. And I just, like, my head won't stop throbbing.
It wasn't extra large?
Extra large apparently is this big. Which, how does that work?
I thought it was
Doesn't make
bigger
sense.
last time.
I thought so too.
They put it in 2 or 3 containers last time too. Wow, they're so hit or miss. That's my problem with the Buccaneer.
I mean, it was delicious, but it wasn't enough. I'm fucking starving.
Okay, so I gotta make the fish, or do you want me to make a chicken stir fry
Yeah, do that.
with the broccoli,
Do
with
that.
the organic broccoli we have?
And with rice, yeah, do that.
Okay, I can make that a little quicker.
You feel good? It was great.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
It sounded good.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
sounded great.
Everyone's all positive, and Susan Wyman. Oh, I didn't end it. No one else is here, so.